I got Phil's Five. That's this segment that we call this. It's
Sweet.
some fast questions here for you. The first one is who's the best teammate you ever played with?
Oh man, I'm gonna go back to early in my pro career and say Larry Centers.
Okay.
Man, he was awesome with the Cardinals, fullback. Just yeah, he believed in me and gave me confidence. But LC, but I had so many great players. I could go on and on, but it's quick five, so I'll just stick with Larry
Okay.
Centers.
Okay. It's usually five. I had one extra that I wanted to get from you, but okay.
Okay.
The best team you ever played on?
Man, that '05 Broncos team was we were good. We had an amazing squad, and it had the other tied for first best teammate I ever had, Rod Smith. So I got Rod in there. Other than my Rose Bowl ASU my senior year, I mean that team was super special just because college and all. But like the best team, like I think I would put us up against anybody right now. As back in that year of '05, we were good.
You were rolling. Yeah, that team was awesome, man. Yeah, that was such a good team. The defense too. I mean, just so many
Oh,
guys on that squad.
big time.
Who's your favorite player growing up?
Walter Payton. Yeah, man, sweetness. Loved watching that guy. Small guy, just powerhouse, broke tackles, played like he loved the game, carried the ball one handed when you're supposed to 3 point it and tuck it in two hand. And like before the robots came into creation and the guy played ball, he played football, man. Like that guy was fun to watch. So Walter Payton for sure. Joe Montana, of course, is one of my other favorites.
There's a certain part of that to your game too that was just a little like, hey, a little like on the edge, like it's a little bit of an art to it, that kind of thing,
I mean, it was the will and the desire to make a play. I wanted every play to go right. I wanted every play to work, which is why sometimes I probably should have thrown the ball out of bounds, but I'm just an eternal optimist, man. I wanted to try to make it right.
Best player you ever faced?
Ooh, man. Played against some phenomenal football players. It's hard to pick just one out of the numerous Hall of Famers. I'll say two real quick. My favorite guys to play against that were super fun, respected you if you brought it, and were a couple of the best in the entire game ever. And that's Junior Seau and Ray Lewis.
Oh yeah.
Super fun to play against those guys. And anytime I got a chance to play against Dion, which I did, that was fun too because I'm going to throw at him because if he's the best that there ever was and I complete a ball on him, well, I got to sit with that. I got to hold that in my back pocket.
You can hold
Doesn't
on to
make me
that
the
forever.
best, but it just means I completed a ball on the best, which I'm all right with that.
Do you have a favorite play from your career? Just like one specific play?
Yeah, I mean there was a lot of great plays. I love booting out anytime booting out, but I loved in Denver. We started running a lot of our boots. We would run the boot to the weak side, and Rod would run a little like 18-yard. Usually he'd run a 22-yard comeback if it was just called boot left. But if we said boot left X go, he would go to 18, stutter, and then take off. And I was really good at throwing on the run, and I could throw long, on the run too, accurately. So Kubiak knew that, and he started calling that play. And man, we killed some people with that. That was fun because no one expects a quarterback to roll to his left and throw the ball 50 yards downfield on a bomb and do it accurately. And so those were always like when it worked. Oh man, that's one of the greatest feelings of all time.
Sometimes when you got special guys, like you and Rod, you can do some of
Yes.
those
I
awesome
mean,
things.
other than that play, like any handoff to a good running back was like one of my favorite plays, man. Because then it's out of my hands. You go get the
You
yardage.
go do it.
Because hey, man, it's stressful back there.
Oh
Like
yeah.
those pass plays come in and it's 3rd and 12, and it's all on you to go through the progression, and it's like that's a lot, man. So I won't say many other pass plays other than booting out, and then my others is handing it to like Ruben Drones. Ruben, go get 4. Thanks, brother.
And the last one I have for you here, you kind of went over some of these earlier in the interview, but the best lesson a coach ever taught you.
Man, you're getting like granular on like some things that are very massive and like
I'm going
I
deep.
could Yeah, like so many philosophies come to mind, but one of my favorite coaches ever was Jeep Christ down in Arizona, and he was my quarterback coach. And he had us when we first came in, new team. He had us go and meet somebody new on the team that you didn't know, and just get to know them. And that had to be someone other than like a lineman or someone in your room with you. Like, go meet a defensive guy, get to know him, and then come back and report on that. And what that taught me was get to know your teammates, especially as a quarterback, because we're going to look at Bo and go, oh, Bo's not playing bad. We're losing. Bo's not playing bad. And then it's like we're winning. Like, oh, Bo's the best ever. He's the greatest quarterback we've ever seen. And we're going to get all that blame. We're going to get way too much praise. But when you know your teammates and you have them and you have their confidence and they know that you care about them to the point where you can understand maybe what these guys are going through when they go home, if they're dealing with a loved one that may be going through some health issues, or maybe in an unstable relationship, or their dog maybe had to get put to sleep. Like, we're human too, right?
Mhm.
We're also human. So like, he taught me to be very in touch with my players and my teammates. I already was, but he taught us at a different level to really go learn and meet these guys and like meet them where they're at, so that they know, even though I'm the quarterback and I'm here number 16 getting all this money and all this praise, they know that I know where it's really coming from, and that's the guys around me that are doing the work with me, that are raising me up to be able to say, hey, all right, we're winning, but know that it's those guys in that locker room. So that's one of my best philosophies. Also, the more you can do. I mean,
Yeah.
play quarterback, but I held also. I loved to hold for Jason Elam.
Yep.
If I needed to throw balls for guys, I mean, the more you can do.
Hmm.
Know your role, do it well, but if there's more that you can do, then do that, because that's how teams succeed and excel.
Yeah, that's like I think back to like Peyton Manning in the cafeteria. He used to like sit at everybody's different table,
Yeah.
every day. Just get to know these guys a little bit.
And
That's
even
awesome.
get to know the people in the building. You
Yeah.
know, they can't just see you and see you walk by. When they're there every day and they're running the marketing campaign that's blowing you up, like, stop in and say hi to them. Get to know who these people are that are behind the scenes running this multi-billion-dollar organization that you're the face of. And that'll work wonders for you, because sometimes when it's not going well, you can go up there and, I used to go up and talk to Pam Papsdorf, and she was always so happy to see me, even if I threw
Yeah.
3 picks and we lost. She didn't care. She's going to give me a hug and say, hey,
Yeah.
how are you doing? Because there's those relationships, and that's where, a young kid like that can learn to, you don't go do it with a prescription given down to you by a guru or somebody. You go do it from your heart. You go
Hmm.
in those doors. You go get to know that building, but mostly you got to know those players around you, man. Those guys are your bread and butter. That's what's going to help you.